Alright, are you guys ready for round 7? I have new rules, new shit going on. Still not gonna film myself. It's all about what I do. It's all about my passion here, okay? Yeah, you can actually show a lot of passion by filming yourself. Very, very much so. It's kind of what works. And I have to make things work just by playing with numbers, just by playing with my voice, if I have to. This is where it all starts, yet again, a new type of game. So what are the rules? A lot of carrying is gonna be done by teammates, as always. I'm gonna look back and see where it's linked. Also, teammates apply from the higher up. There's still 2 people that kind of rule the team, and those are also gonna give credit, and credit goes into dollars, just like it did before, but it wasn't obvious what's going on at all. Here is gonna be a little bit more obvious, because not only credit is gonna accumulate here, it's gonna be the most important part instead of power level that I used to calculate. It's no longer gonna be this weird number. It's gonna be even weirder. Because what the fuck does that mean? Can I spend the dollars? Maybe. I'm not exactly sure with the other part of the game. It could be the case that you can spend money. I mean, this part of the game was tokens, right? Tokens helped you out just because you achieved them. You get your money back, basically. $100 for each token, and $400 for each combination of tokens. Now, this is a lot slower process because you don't actually start with anything. In fact, you start with absolutely nothing, and you have to build up passion meter, right? Every single time your teammate performs anything, or I click some weird shit on YouTube that's linked with any of the team, they gonna start getting credit, and they also will fill a passion meter, and eventually when it's full, I can watch their content, right? For a little while I'm gonna watch, maybe 20 minutes, I'm gonna watch their content, and then stop, reset the passion meter, and actually as I reset the passion meter grows. It will take 6 points to get there instead of 5, and so at some point people will not be able to reach their passion meters anymore, and everything will come to a halt. That's when the game stops. That's when nobody has anything to show, because I don't care anymore. So that's the game. I think it has a much more interesting rule set, a much more advanced than previously. So yeah, we're gonna test this out. If it works out, I'm still probably gonna change the rules a little bit, simply because we're gonna have because I know what's gonna happen in the very end. In the very end, it's gonna be completely different rules yet again, because it's gonna be a battle mode. There's gonna be a lot of interactions between the teams, because the teams are gonna be now established, but at the same time, the team representative is not gonna be a leader that's gonna fight everyone else. It's gonna be an actual representative. It's like a freshman, actually, even the fresh addition to the team, or something that doesn't seem to have or possess leadership of any kind. So and it has to adapt itself through the team, and doesn't really fit. So it's a weird thing, right? to not fit in your team. But at the same time, if you don't fit, you might be the best fit, simply because the team has to surround you to be able to contain you. And it's a very complicated thing to analyze and explain eventually after you analyze, because you don't know, I don't know what it is. Ari has a penalty. She has to fill up a double the amount of passion than normal, than everyone else. Again, I penalize simply because she's stronger and she's kind of closer to me, and like I have a bias, right? I think I need to recap a little bit. I'm gonna do it just like this. We have Hot Ones creators, jokers, aces. We have a tier list, right? So for the first 3 rounds, we just had people who are attractive for some kind of reason. It might not necessarily be creators because they don't do regular content, so it doesn't count. It doesn't count because they cannot like build their entire life based on just pushing out content, because they're gonna run out of ideas eventually, right? They don't actually occupy some kind of service to the community and can't build communities because everything revolves around them. They probably do just vlogs or some kind of weird talent that they have, but it doesn't necessarily give them the right to be creators, just because they have an attractive trait. Not necessarily a talent, because once you have a talent, you can be a creator. And if you do it right, they have managed to populate our round 4 and 5. The jokers are round 6 and 7, and the last 2 rounds are aces. I happen to assign myself to round 8 because I'm the leader of my own team, and I want to be, because this whole event is about ruling YouTube in the end. Whichever team wins rules YouTube. Congratulations. Thanks for watching. You're probably watching a nightmare of somebody ruling YouTube. I'm gonna explain how that works in the next round. But to give you a sneak peek of what ruling means, is that you can actually redefine ownership by... You have to first think of what ownership is. And Getaway is actually a good movie that we watched previously. Selena Gomez acted in it. Congrats. But it's a good movie because who actually owns someone's life, for example? If you really get angry, you might disown your stuff because you might not know how to actually take it back, right? You might do something stupid, like follow orders in order to get your wife back, which is not the best thing to do. The best thing to do is just start talking with the police, start creating a relationship of like trying to get someone back, and like really working very hard to understand who can actually help you. And instead of treating police as like the answer, you have to start finding those answers, right? Yes, you can dig into a person whose orders you're following, but that is a very a two-way street, because a person who you're following is gonna follow you as well. I mean, there's no way to actually benefit. You're stalking a stalker. You're stalking a thief. If the thief catches you, it actually will make him uncomfortable as well, and he will run away from you. Like, there is no way to actually benefit from doing that. You have to go all the way around and catch the thief. And never give the thief any credit. And even feels good moment might not work, where the thief is like satisfied, right? And you can catch him off guard then. It's not like you control all the situations, especially in a movie like Getaway. You control nothing at all. So you feel trapped and you feel like you have to follow orders, but you never do. You just have to find help and deal with it. If Selena Gomez is your help, like, you need some mental help too. I don't think Ariana was in any movies, but she had a show, because like everyone just comes out of Disney. It's like a magical space place where even NASA came out of Disney, you know? That sort of shit. Because I think Disney just kind of helped out with the moon shit, with the moon landing. And you know, it's probably staged. Like, yeah, we know one thing. On a critical thinking community, we should know one thing. It's like, we should follow what's like the easiest thing to explain, right? And what is the easiest thing to do? And it's easier to fake than to actually go to the moon. It's like, that's it. Don't try to fucking waste my time and be like scientific about it, because you're making very difficult for everyone right now. Because you're not gonna go there yourself, right? I am being very scientific, and it's actually very easy to go to the moon, but I can't go to the moon. Fuck you, dude. We have to be grounded. When we're doing critical thinking, we have to be grounded to very, very simple concepts and things, and understand that we literally can't leave our rooms without being knocked out by life, okay? So going to the moon, you're probably dead by then. You have to, like, incredibly critical thinking at this point. Because at this point you leave reality. You leave the fact that you're safe, and you're never safe. You see another person, and you might just die from staring at them. Magic happens. The world is full of shit, okay? And you know what the problem is? People don't believe it because they don't have any dreams. They don't think that they can wake up one day and not go to work, right? And do whatever the fuck they want and think whatever the fuck they want. But the moment you start doing that, the world falls apart. You need to know the most truthful things in the world, the most reliable things, right? And then you can't rely on what other people tell you. At the same time, you can't rely that you can even trust them with anything. We're not attacking you all of a sudden and turning into zombies. You can't trust anything. You have to live life in a completely new manner if you start feeling freedom. Freedom is not exactly the nicest feeling ever. Okay, first it will make you bored. But the way that you fill up boredom, you will realize, maybe I like being bored. Okay, let's go back to emptiness and drugs and whatever makes you feel bored. Which is weird, right? Like, boredom is a good thing? No, it's not. It's actually very nice when you can control this mesmerizing and deadly thing of magic just pouring out of everywhere. The more you can control it and relax, that sort of nothing is real because you can control everything, because dreams eventually going to be more important to you than reality. Reality is just there to give you a nightmare that you can trust, right? A nightmare, but you trust. Like every time you wake up, you know the sun's gonna come up. You're gonna see the same friends. People live here, sort of. We know the concept of that, but we don't know what's actually possible here, and we don't have power to change things. Even when we think we do have power and control over something, we don't. This is a nightmare that we live in. Everything slips out of our hands, all the ownership slips out of our hands, and that's the point that I was getting at. Ownership. See what I did there? It was magical, because I had no control. But eventually, something slipped into my arms, and I'm like, yeah, I'm actually holding it right now. I have it. Holy shit. And that's the feeling. Someone's just coughed at me. Ugh. After I said that, someone just stole my good feelings. Oh my god, that's unfair, okay? But what I wanted to say is, like, you know when you're holding something very precious. It's first a feeling, but then it turns into something. A little video that you make or whatever. It's very innocent, but at some point it gets noticed, right? And you set it on fire. At first it's like a candle, but a candle is like an infinite source of fire, right? Like, that's what it is. Once you figure out how to set it on fire, which is a super difficult thing to do, the easiest thing, I think the most natural thing, is like electricity. If it's like very, very intense electricity everywhere, eventually something is gonna set on fire, and then all the focus is on that fire now. And so there are these stages. First, you learn how to own things, collect things, set it on fire, and you have fireworks where you can show it to everyone else, sharing, right? Sharing the fire. That's the cycle. So, with this brief message, let's get into round 7. In this game, we're gonna play with Ariana Grande. Wow. She's better than Selena? Indeed. In the aspect that I think is gonna be more relevant, which is like less porn. So it's weird, but she's cute, so it's gonna translate a lot more. But at the same time, I like give up. Her music is just better, okay, than Selena's. Her music is better. She's more active, and she's more active specifically more recently, to the point where YouTube Rewind featured one of her songs immediately. I mean, the first song that they featured is 7 Rings. 7 Rings is at the same time as stupid as everything else sounds in her music. 7 is pretty magical number, even though it's like, yes, I bought 6 gems to my friends. Maybe she lives in a magical world. It's just not, set up properly. But the most important aspect of Ariana is that she has the personality trait that I need, and vice versa. It would be the magical trade-off. I'm just saying, call me, talk to me. Nobody talks to me. You can talk to me. I trust you, and you can trust me. You'll see. If you're Ariana's fan, you can still talk to me. I'll pretend to be Ariana. Believe me. I'm that desperate. I added her to my team not just one way, but more ways. When I talk to myself, she is my team leader of other girls, right? That are popular. Because I'm not popular. I don't know what that world is about. But she is. She's the one that I fucking need right now. Why? There are four things. There are four human traits. They're very relevant. Four personalities, and I often talk about it, so you can put it all together. But there's sweetness, knowledge, which are water and earth, and then there's courage and confidence, which is fire and wind. Ari controls sweetness and courage. I control knowledge and confidence. Literally, it's a wonderful combination. I call it an 8-ball. If we came together, that would probably be true love. Because that's like the end game. That's the goal of relationships. Is to have everything and embrace everything and be able to trade all those things and make another person a perfect person, basically. There's no better thing in the world, I would say. But until you get to that point and recognize what 8-ball is about and how rare it is to get to that point, I don't even know how rare it is, honestly. It's 1 in 8 chance to match, first of all. But to even understand that you're matching with someone is like a long, long, long road. At the same time, you not only have to match someone, you have to match someone who you could truly love, who's on the same level. And you don't know which level you are, because gender just puts you in a very, very dark spot. Like, men go one way, women go the other way. And the moment they want to meet each other, they're in such polar opposite places in the world and in their lives that you have no fucking idea whether you can match that other person. And I think I have cleared up all the mist finally, and I can like just focus right now, like really, really focus, so I can get there, just knock my 8-ball into the pit, be done with this shit, you know. The pit is like the idea, because if you play pool, right, when the 8-ball is knocked out and it's the end of the game, there's infinity, right? 8-ball is an infinity. Infinity gets knocked out and creates another universe. Because now 8-ball is black and rolls into darkness. So and is the focus of everything as well. I don't know. It's pretty deep. Let's put it that way. Alright, so it was a very lengthy introduction for Ariana. We have Noxious mainly from Hearthstone, but he deleted all his Hearthstone videos. I'm actually scared to not be able to find content. But he's a smart guy. He's actually even smarter than Reynad. They're kind of with the same personality. It's very cool. There's a lot of Earth people in Hearthstone. I mean, yeah, that alone gives him credit. I guess introductions will give a lot of credit, so I'll just leave it open. Marcy is just kind of super cute. I'm not exactly sure what personality she has. She probably is sweet personality, right? Like, that's why PewDiePie has her. Like, PewDiePie dominates the relationship. It would make sense. If Marcia dominates the relationship, I don't know who Marcia is, because then she's fucking genius. but I don't think so. Because she would be more relevant in the videos and less like PewDiePie dragging Marcia into his video whenever he wants, sort of. It's a weird relationship, but I approve it more than what Nikki does, because women not supposed to dominate necessarily. If a man wants to do something, like, that's a very honorable thing most of the time. I don't know. There's probably exceptions. Let's... Todd Howard, we'll see. It opens up a Skyrim community, just a tiny little portal for all the shit of Skyrim to just pour in. Kind of excited. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be watching. Probably a lot of game dev stuff. Who knows what he has anymore. He opens up doors for entire Bethesda community as well. The working community, okay, inside. Alright, Jake Paul is another Joker that comes in sequence with his brother. Otherwise, we have Shane and Jax Films on top. Actually, not Jax Films. Jax Films comes way later with Smosh Team. This is Shane's and Mr. Beast team. Okay. So Jake is actually third to the party. He's not that strong. I guess Mr. Beast is gonna be like this newcomer guy that's gonna try and crush everyone in the very, very end. Well, Jake, I don't watch his content. I'm not excited for him. That's the question, is like, how is he gonna get the passion meter going? I guess I should do this just to get him started, just to get that question answered. If there's anything I want to explore about him, because I'm like, you watch it and you get quickly exhausted. But there's some good stuff, right? Like, if you watch Shane's documentary, you understand what he's passionate about, and what you will find in his content that's valuable. It still requires a lot of thought process, a lot more than everyone else's. It's like why are kids watching him more? What's the fucking point of this shit if he just promotes his merch and becomes this over-the-top bullshit figure that tries to do weird things that really kind of impressive, but kind of like you want to just back off and watch something mildly interesting instead of like extreme. Allison Hunnigan is weird, okay? She's not a YouTuber. She's not even a part of YouTube. She's just a sort of semi-host of a show. And yet, there's something weird about it. She puts up a bigger mystery than I've ever seen before. I want to ask a question. Is she really not a part of YouTube? What is happening? If I can find some reason to believe that she's as big as some of those people around her right now. Like Bella Delphine is also on the list, and she did create herself as Internet Mystery. She's not big of a YouTuber either, but she's Internet Mystery. Like, she was probably the most Googled person for a little while, and that says a lot. That's a big deal. I think this features all the girls, and the girls are not going to show up anymore, except in the... Oh, actually but it's going to feature a lot of girls, technically. what is it, more than 50%? That is 6 out of 9. That is 2/3 basically. Yeah, it makes sense, and it also makes sense to nerf porn right now. Immediately after it's less relevant right now. Yeah, girls kind of won the last round, and it makes sense to nerf this shit. At the same time, it's a realization that this game is not perfect, and it will rotate. I will have to redo it one more time and see how everything changes and if everything is consistent, and I will obviously do a better show out of it, because right now I'm just sitting and doing really hard work and really hard calculations. I can't enjoy this even. It's a very stressful thing. You have to watch a lot of content. You have to sit for hours doing this shit. So there's not much pleasure out of it that you can drain. If I rotate, I probably switch up rules so I do enjoy it a lot more. And things that stuck out as like super interesting but not so important, they're gonna be nerfed. And it's probably gonna change an entire game. It probably will be interesting yet again of who's gonna win and what ownership our winner's gonna get, because probably we're gonna win anyways, but you know, you never know. Alright, so with the mysterious Allison out of the way, she's like related to magic, but she's not a magician, so it's like, what's actually going on here? There might be still something magical going on. If some people decided that she's somehow supposed to be related. Anyways, and she's much better fit. There's no trauma, nothing going on, right? Nothing talking about her specifically, right? And she's not doing anything. So I want to fucking figure shit out. Because even internet has a void of her pictures. So she's not actually hot. She's just weirdly attractive. I have no idea. I want to solve this mystery. I think it's the coolest mystery of the internet. While Delphine is like the coolest sniper of the internet. They both are snipers actually, by the way. That's how I call water personalities. The sweet personalities. Including Ariana and Marcia and... Well, I guess snipers are so good they just occupy this place like bees. Damn it. I guess I did it. I guess I said the honey name. Fuck yeah. Courtney Miller is not a sniper. Congratulations. She's a fire person that does comedy. It's great. She's a girl. Yay. She's awkward and kind of owns Smosh, because for a long time Smosh wasn't about girls at all. Like, that was an awkward topic, and now she kind of pulls out some crazy cards on the table for Smosh. Like, Smosh career is definitely better just because Courtney's in. And as I gave a lot of credit to Shane Top, right? Like, that was pretty good, but Courtney specifically covering something more special than you could give credit for Shane. So here you go. We covered Delphine, and Poppy is another internet mystery. Everything is just kind of full of mystery. Like, Marcy is not exactly a YouTuber either, right? She should be an internet mystery because she's almost like the first YouTube wife. Like an actual woman of the internet right now. It's crazy. Of YouTube specifically, like, crazy. I think Poppy's just like really, really creepy. Earth personality maybe? But like, more like wind. I don't even know actually. I'm in between right now. Which it's a rare case to be in between, I'm just saying. Yeah. Probably I hope not. Ugh. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We'll see. We'll figure out to very end. I think I have to be very cold to actually put out like crap on the internet, like, and that's win personality. So, and it's kind of creepy crap, but essentially works. It turns into something watchable and entertaining. Like her songs are actually very cool, but her interviews are, and her acting is like just nothing. You don't want to see it. You don't see content in there. It's just like a trauma face, like a trauma mask, not much else. And if there is no depth in it, it's even creepier. It's like disappointing. But at this point, Poppy is a nice infinite mystery that you can introduce to someone and like try solve a Rubik's cube, but that actually is entertaining. Think about that, like a skill that you want to see how another person can handle collecting knowledge about someone that's upfront and very bluntly weird, but then maybe you can put something together out of it. Because she's like super cute, I would say. She's not like totally garbage person. I think I like Poppy's image to some degree. Now the newest things that she put up is crazy, but then her manager just got knocked out. Poppy didn't like him anymore, and that's a good thing, I think. Maybe she will change the direction that she is going. Maybe she turned into a demon just to kick him in the balls, and it's gonna stick around, but maybe she's gonna do something nicer and not creepy and dark. We'll see. I hope. So, the first person that manages to break the passion meter, actually there's 4. Noxious with Hearthstone, Marcia. I'll do it in order instead of like, oh, you have so much passion. I don't care. I just have to knock things out when they grow up to be wonderful flowers of this interesting game. Collect the most dollars and you win. Be the most useful and gorgeous flower and I sell you for a wonderful price. I sit here and I collect something that seems like a power level, but it's like more potent, I guess. Because a video can have like 2 points of power or 20. One video, like one decent 10-minute video or a music video. So it would translate to a lot more dollars, like 40 or something. Something similar, but twice as much, perhaps. And at the same time, there's no like, oh, it goes up to 8 and then it rotates instead of being 9 and 0 in it, or 8 and 9. There's no 8 and 9 here. So here we will have a normal amount. There's something magical behind the dot effect that I just kind of pulled off. Like if you remove 8 and 9, you get 8 numbers, and then you can divide those numbers by 2 up to 3 times, before you even reach the next deal. Basically, if you have something like this, you can go to 0.4, 0.2, 0.1, and I keep dividing by 2, and the next time I hit this, it's gonna rotate, right? Like, but it takes so much time as you divide by 2 for things to collapse into like a weird. It's more divisible by 2, but it's not like more divisible by 3, which is like usually the point. The hex system actually, no, even hex doesn't, because hex is like 2 4 times. If you do 12 number system, if you introduce 2 symbols basically, then you can divide by 3 and by 2. So that's pretty useful. By 2 twice, by the way. Because you can do 6, but like, and it's going to be divisible by 3 or 2, but it's not as good as 12, I would say. Because more symbols is better, and maybe you can even introduce some interesting symbols too. I don't know. All I know is that divisibility is very, very useful when you're dealing with these fraction amounts. I'm just saying. And I want it to be just like fraction numbers, proper numbers. I don't want to write them like in weird ways. 3.33333 forever. Or like this. It's weird. So that's why I liked it the way that it is. That's why I did it that way. I also like fractions simply because a whole number is like takes up the whole focus. So you can easily drop this part and ignore it. If I made it 343, it's a little bit weirder actually to focus on the 3. It's just that dot really helps to show what is the most important part of the number. It's so interesting as well. I find it interesting because that's kind of how RuneScape works, and then how RuneScape doesn't work. Just that simple idea of like focusing on small number, small amount, it really helps to be immersed, really. Here, on the other hand, there is no real amount that I would know that would work anymore. So I'll just collect typical high score type of points. Again, it can come from any source from the team, and when the passion meter is full, I can watch the content of the actual person who's in question right now. So let's start with Noxious, the Hearthstone guy. Now Magic the Gathering guy, and I played Magic the Gathering. A little bit, not enough to actually be interested in it. But maybe this guy pulls out the trick and makes me interested, just to watch him play. Whatever, right? I get the basics, so I will know what's going on to some degree. Maybe it's going to be interesting. I do have doubts though, and I will search for content that's mildly introduces him, and maybe introduces some other ideas, and maybe just makes me play games instead, because that gives him credit anyways. So let's see what happens. Now you would think why I would take someone somewhat obscure. I think Noxious was like the second tier behind Kripparrian, and the reason why he chose to do MTGA instead of Hearthstone is quite natural. He outgrown Hearthstone eventually, or you could think that way, because he wasn't able to squeeze entertainment, and he was choosing my playstyle of like playing very, very interesting decks. But I don't think he went deep enough. I don't know. I'm really. He's not my level, right? Like, I can probably squeeze a bit more entertainment in Hearthstone, and I wouldn't have deleted all the content that I did. Like, that's just like priceless at that point. History is priceless. So I have no idea what he's thinking, but he's not stupid. I like his playstyle in general. It's like a very fast playstyle, very smart. And at the same time, it's a game that I don't actually play, and I would get deeper into it and probably discover some cool stuff anyways. Why not? Shit, I forgot this guy. Holy shit. I don't know why I liked him when he played the Witcher card game, Gwent. But he moved on to this game, which I play right now. So it's a familiar face that I can watch while playing the game that I actually want to play. I think I'm gonna make a swap on the Joker. Joke's on you, man. Like, it could have been that I play MTG, but I think this game is just better MTG. It just kills the game, pretty much, because I really disliked Planeswalkers, and it made me feel like very uncomfortable to the point where I don't want to play MTG. This game is designed perfectly. It is absolutely perfect, without a doubt. It's weird to say this, but like, it's not exactly Hearthstone killer, but it is a very good replacement if you want to play a much more like balanced and smart game. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool in so many levels. There's so much to explore, and I don't feel the same way about MTG. So let's do this. So introducing a guy called Swim, who actually went up to 70k subscribers. Also has a skull for his avatar, I suppose. Suppose that's gonna work.
Solid 3.
Whoops. Let's see if I like it. I like it enough to actually replace him. Drama. Yeah, I like that shit. And I don't want to Hearthstone. So it's like, yeah, I'm entering this community, and I'm like, oh, that's a familiar face. This is wonderful. I like this. And Noxious is the one who introduced me to Gwent, kind of, I believe. Like, I watched his content for a little while as he plays Gwent. I hope I'm not mistaken, but like, I really think he introduced me. I mean, it's nerfed, and Ari's double nerfed, and she's supposed to be like super fast in the very beginning, as she is right now. And I only checked 2 people, so anything can happen. She already broke 1 level. She can do level 2 now. I only literally listened to 2 songs. It's a lot of speed. I'm just saying. That was some bullshit. Oh my god, this is the most twisted comment ever. Is Ari like always like that? Where is it, please? Not today, Satan. What? On Justin Bieber hitting on Ari. Okay. It's twisted because it's like drama-free life. That's drama right here, right here. Is calling someone Satan. I'm not gonna lie, that's some twisted shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, their personality's probably the same. So, it's no wonder they look so similar. There's a question. He looks like a vampire, right? It's not like he's courageous guy of some kind. I don't think there's a question there. The only question is like how she handled it and how she escaped the relationship. That's all I need. Thank you. That's kind of interesting, right? The Mac Miller's death sparked thought process for a Grande. Yeah, that brain started moving. Am I right? And vampires hate brains. I guess that's why zombies constantly say brains. So they don't get attacked. Because they obviously can. Oh yeah, he's a comic, by the way. Yeah, typical vampire. I'm just saying. I don't want to expose him any further than he already is, like super exposed, because he hopped on a very wrong target. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. It also says that it was like a tough time for Ariana, and he was there for her. You know what? I think I'm gonna be there for him in a tough time. I'm just saying, you know, I'm also friendly when you're having a bad day. You know, I'll listen to her story. We'll figure it out. And I can talk like that. I can talk tough. Because, you know, either none of this is gonna happen, or it's gonna happen because I'm fucking smart. Either way, I'm gonna be fucking happy. Right? Shit. Now I'm contemplating. It's like, yeah, right there. There's a tornado of fun. You just have to get there somehow. I don't think that works that way. Either it hits me or doesn't. Fucking tornadoes, man. Tornado scientists. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean, he's just totally destroyed, but only with like like a destroyer megatech robot. That's the only thing that could have destroyed him at this point. Because, you know, you attack a big deal, you get a big deal, you know, you become a big deal. You gotta get that big deal in your face and get pushed out of existence. Go away, Pete. Just go away. We're gonna listen to this song, though. Yeah, let's do that. It's like 1 minute. It's not exactly a song, but I guess there's more comedians in the room over here than just. Well, it doesn't have to be in the room. It can be on the ceiling as well. I have no idea what this means, you know. When she's upside down, looking at PDs, you know. That's a nice emoji right there. Jesus Christ. There's so much wrong going on right now. You're listening to PD. Let's hear it. This is not a love song. I'm just saying, dude. Like the first part is like she's throwing some brainy sentences. And then I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Let's go, boy. I'm just. I guess, yeah. I mean, like, Selena Gomez also like got fame and got everything from Justin. Like, it's just Easy. Easy overkill on something that counters you, technically. So you can do it. You can do it, you know. That's your strength. Why not? Because usually famous guys are just trash. It's just something that happens. Fame trashes the men. Not when they're like very mature, obviously, when they have control over their lives and they actually show real talent instead of like boyish charm of trash, because it's still not charming. Nothing they do is charming. It's like, I look at what I have because I bought it and didn't actually create it, any of it. I just like it. It's like, shit, get the fuck out of here. Grow up. Because you don't have boobs. So what are you gonna provide to the universe? That's what's up. Alright, so it's a lot easier to just watch it on Instagram. So Marcia is just piling up points. Not as fast as Ari, because she's a beast. But at the same time, Ari will have a higher and higher challenge to kind of be able to perform eventually. But I don't think that's gonna stop. Like, I don't think that penalty is actually that big. Because it's like, oh, I just need one injection and she's gonna be ahead of the game for a long, long time. But at the same time, again, snipers shoot first, do very well at the very beginning, as they should, and then they kind of fade out over time. They can't keep up with time itself. So we'll see. I mean, once I drain the Instagram, which is 2,000 posts, by the way, and quantity always wins. Okay, probably I'm like in the middle right now. Once I drain that, I'm trying to find YouTube content, and I know she had made some, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's an opportunity to check it out. Again, we're talking about another sniper, but this time a wind water mix. It's kind of like Gabby Hanna and Billie Eilish style, but this one actually is like not creepy. That's a good thing, right? Not creepy, very much grounded to in a relationship that sort of seems trustworthy. Like you can just relax and know that Marcy is not going to do anything crazy besides dyeing her hair pink. And maybe her tattoos are like weird and annoying, because why do you have tattoos, right? You have to invest like months planning what you're gonna have on your body forever. Like that's how I feel. So there's a lot of rush, obviously, with these personalities. A lot of rush to show things, basically. That's what you have to know about them. Fuck you, man. Todd Howard is way better than Elon Musk. Get a fucking life. We have... oh man. Like, there's no businessmen on the list. So Elon Musk fills that gap. That fucking fetish for people. But he's not a joker, okay? He's not that level of, like, spark conversation level, okay? Or push you into a community. Or make you think about even game development completely differently. Like, come on. I'm gonna reveal what the fuck's in my mind, and why he's way better, why I put him here in the first place. Again, we have a non-YouTuber. What is the trend? Even Poppy could be technically non-YouTuber. Courtney is a half-assed YouTuber because she doesn't own the channel. Delphine is definitely not YouTuber. I already talked about a mystery. I don't want to watch his content. Not a YouTuber, not a YouTuber, not a popular YouTuber at all, and not a YouTuber. So hey, there's a lot of people on the top who are not even YouTubers. How is that even possible? Because sometimes when you try and try really hard, you do nothing. You just lose yourself in work that you shouldn't be doing, technically. I might have examples in the future. I don't right now. There's probably just a list of, like, there's a lot of people I'm subscribed to that I don't care much, because it's not like they provide shitty content, but I can't watch everything. I can't like everything. I might not even be attracted to what they have in store in life in general. Like you have to have an interesting life, then you're gonna be attractive, and then YouTube can actually spiral around you and turn you into that slight hint of mystery that you want to explore. It's a person that doesn't have to make a YouTube channel because you explore YouTube because that person exists. That's how good these people are, okay? So, let's continue. There's an additional mystery, so that's why there's a video for that. The guy says it seems like Todd Howard is turning into a sellout and goes against the public. It makes sense to some degree. But I want to know what the fuck exactly is going on, like exactly. What this feeling is about that people have. Because it's not like, again, my feeling, I ranted already. I want Skyrim 6, goddammit. Or Skyrim 2, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just want more Skyrim. That game. More of that. I'm impressed. Bring me back. How long do I have to wait? Too long. Too fucking long. It's already out, so why can't you improve it? Get a fucking life. You know? But hey, I will listen to anything he says and just suck it up, because it might not be about Skyrim at all. It might be something else. You know, because there's real life out there. There's real life issues. We have to not forget those. So, that's the mystery. Hello, you know. I don't know, guys. Like, it's not like Todd is the problem. Like, fuck off. People will always fail doing multiplayer games, by the way, because there's tremendous greed when you do a multiplayer. Tremendous. Insatiable greed, seeing so many people together, and, you know, you want to tear them apart. It's so valuable to do that. It's probably the same happened with, you know, Elder Scrolls Online, and nobody cares. Nobody cares about that game. I don't care about that game. I will never play it. It's crazy. It's not free. It's bullshit. It has to be accessible for people, not tear people apart. But that's their strategy. And guess what? It sucks. Right? People don't like it. And guess what? It was a multiplayer game. And guess what? There's going to be another Fallout 4 that's good. You know, a game that's good. So shut the fuck up. For 4 years I didn't get anything good from Todd Howard. Now I'm mad. Yeah, that's the fan base right now. A bunch of little kids. Shut the fuck up. Well, you better get used to it, Todd Howard, because being a meme is pretty good. Oh, yeah. Alright, I think I did like 30-40 minutes of Poppy shit. Mainly interviews or like introduction to Poppy, like, oh, she's coming back to normal because she left the Titan Sinclair. It's just the beginning though. And wow, she dyed her hair back. But what's gonna happen next? She just releases her album. Who cares? Right? Now the question, what's next? Is she's even gonna be around her channel? That's the question. I don't care about changes. But sometimes they kill channels, so I don't care if you cut off the ties. Just make sure like you're still around for that. After you do that, you outgrown someone instead of like cut your leg off for no reason. I really like the animated series. It's only 3 episodes though. It's so much better than like the rest of her content. I'm just saying. It's random, but the moment it introduces another character, like it normalizes everything. It's like normal now. Cause she's kind of friendly-ish. I mean, when people are that way. And it's like, yeah, she's put in a lonely environment to do weird shit. So you always think what would happen if like a normal person was next to her, right? That's the whole fucking fetish here on this channel. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of tiny content, tiny candy content that is so random. It's also about like the thought process. It's thought provoking, I suppose. Sometimes, most of the time, it's just trolling, like just straight up trolling. Sometimes it's just random. Like feelings turn into a random set of things. Sometimes it's a song, which is like, it's not bad. She doesn't have bad songs technically, which is quite a big deal. Quite a big deal. Oh, I am racist. I wanna know that.
You're racist.
Yes. The best, man. Now that's useful. That's just straight up useful. I still don't have a clue what niche this content actually fills up. I have no idea. It's kind of bizarre. I'm trying to see past the problem that she creates. Right? What would it look like if Poppy turned into normal again? That's the whole fucking idea. What if she turned, and now she has a chance? So we're technically waiting, and we can watch her channel to try and predict what she's actually like, and how much acting she actually puts up onto a script. I don't know, and what can we expect? Like, that's a big deal. If big changes are coming that are good, it's a big deal. So that's another point of fetish, again. And by fetish, I mean like stuff that you like, but it's weird. Right? Because it's not there yet. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the attempts of reviewing what Belle Delphine is and what's going on right now. I think she's just going through this exact same phase as Poppy of like shit is wrong in her life and I have to figure out what the fuck to do. Alright, like that sort of phase. But as sweet as she is, she's also a wonderful utility. If you figure out what it is that you can like about her. It's different with Poppy. She's obviously a different utility, right? Poppy's actually cool. Delphine is cute. Actually cute. Like, Poppy is cute in a way that's, like, cool cute. She's not exaggerating that. She kind of evolves over that. And does a different thing completely. But Delphine, I think she pushed the envelope, the trend of, like, yeah, e-girl, but the way they look is, like, perfected here. Absolute perfection. I was contemplating it's like, yeah, Selena Gomez is like the hottest girl on the internet. But Belle Delphine makes you question that. Just for a moment. There's not enough content and there's not enough likeness for Belle to actually be up there against Selena, but it can make you question of how far did she actually went. Yeah, I mean, if you really wanna spend or create a what happened to Belle Delphine, you just have to spend those $5 and get the patron stuff and activity, because she must be active or the fans are gonna be outraged, right? Is that good enough reason to not fulfill your promises? Because usually it's not. I don't know. I would actually spend $5, I think. It's one of those weird cases, but she doesn't have a Discord. Like that's one specific request that I need if I want to spend money, right? And I'm almost at that point where I can in fact spend money. Like, just I don't care. I have money, I can spend it. Shit, who cares? So it's gonna be 1 week and I'll be able to spend money. And I'll probably just gonna spend it on stupid shit like this, but it's not stupid shit because it's psychology. All over the place. It's a content that people don't necessarily access because a lot of people just like things for free. Almost too much. It's almost getting like awkward. Who's gonna do it, you know? This round is not gonna be drama free, obviously. There's actually a mysterious guest because these three girls, which are kind of close to each other somehow, managed to jump into different teams and pop up at the same time. There's a fourth member, because there's always four. An Earth Girl, which I'm not gonna mention just yet. She's gonna like scoop up trash and maybe show up if convenient. And maybe knock someone out if convenient. You know, because she doesn't belong to any team yet. I don't think I can reveal the name. I feel like there's just too much mystery going on anyways. And maybe now too much to the point where it kind of disconnects people from like, what the fuck is going on? I know, I see Jake Paul, but you're not watching Jake Paul right now? Yeah. Nobody does. He exists on YouTube. Congratulations. Yeah, I can't believe that everyone's an internet mystery right now. Totally jokers. Totally. So it's it's a little bit different game. It's like trying to trace a mystery and see if it, you know, has a happy ending, because the happy ending is like, yeah, it works. That's that's the Todd Howard's line, you know. It just works, okay? maybe it just works. So as I unpack Allison's mystery, first thing we need to know is that psychology is higher up than a physical magic, okay? Psychological magic is much more important, because it brings the entertainment together. But there's obviously a script that you have to write that's not necessarily magical, right? It's like the other aspect of what makes things magical, and magic, the showing magic itself is not that important. It's the way you play it out. Alright, now I know what the tokens are gonna do, and they kind of appear randomly, but whenever the token is appeared, everyone else is challenged. And if they get damaged, the person who holds the token gets all the value. So right now it's time to test. As they already have been tested to some degree. Almost all. I didn't test Courtney and Jake yet. Narcissists, am I right? Jeez. So I still have to do that, and then I'll release the first token. The really secret cool trick that Jake Paul introduces in his song is that he burns and roasts everyone else. Like everyone else is garbage, but they're starred in his rap video just so you know that he's better than them at least. It's great. It's a trap. Damn, I wonder why I like Thank You Next so much. Yeah, Seven Rings has the same problem. Rihanna is just too hot. And in very weird moments. Very weird. Just like a flash appears. Oh, look, she's so cute, right? Wow. This is like next level cosplay, because you get to see 4 of them in one video. And this is not a cosplayer, okay? Is it? I think she killed it. I think she nailed it and killed it. I am kind of speechless. I didn't even listen to the music, actually. That much. Oh, and yeah, and there is really no story. I don't think there is a story in her videos, like, at all. Besides maybe trying to introduce herself. Like, I don't know. There is no story. It's like, oh, look at me. I do this and that. That's it. Get the fuck out of here now. No, Cyrex. No! Don't do this to me! Why? 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 This is my birthday today. Literally. This is not okay. Am I getting spied on right now? No! Why? Alright, so after a few days, this has been posted Sunday, right? We started Sunday, and that is 5 days from now. Ariana is still fucking killing it, and got herself a power token. Like a little backstory for herself. Just like, have the best sniper. You also have the best sniper competing. I think Allison like did a crazy move. Like, Fool Us is probably the best show ever to be created. Because magic is fucking awesome. And then you just have insane variety of artists just flooding in. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Um, and Allison was able to just jump in the right moment somehow, appear in the show, and lead it, take considerable amount of credit, which puts her into an internet mystery tree. Because like, wait, like she was in American Pie. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't actually knew. I didn't watch the thing, and then I watched it, and it was mad, but like, it's one of those things that you kind of have to watch eventually and figure out what's going on, even though it's just sex jokes all the way, like all the way, social pressure all the way, uh, water people stuff all the way. Like, that's what water people do. I don't know. It's almost like she owned the movie too. Like, that is not okay. But that's what I mean. The main character was dating her. She was the mystery, right? And the question is it gonna work out? And the main guy is like total clumsy asshole. So like, you kind of give more credit to her instead, even though she's like also weird, super weird. So I don't know. She has incredible credit because she's a girl, and she's show up in the right moment, in the right place, too right, too expensive. I don't understand. We'll see. Yeah, because of that, I'm watching like hours of content. Right. This is 6 hours of content. First season. There are 7 seasons. Kill me while you can. Stab me in the face. I don't understand, okay? And every single act is different and entertaining and introduces a new person that's so different than everyone else. Like, what is happening? Is this my special training? Of questioning why did a person came up with a certain trick? Why did they added this flavor of personality? What is happening? What is their background? Like, I could do list of things right now, just diving into the first season. 6 hours. What the fuck? I'm sure everyone else will get their moment of glory, and it's weird, right? Like, Penn and Teller is about Penn and Teller, not like Allison, but it's just like Alice in Wonderland. Usually, usually the clueless one gets a lot of credit just for being there. I mean, seriously, we're all clueless. We want to fucking relate to someone, so that's amazing. Now we get a person like that. That's not too terrible, not too revealingly terrible, right? Like, snipers have to like be likable and everything. But if you, if she was sitting next to me, like, and you started reading her face, she would cringe 50% of the time, and nobody would like her. Everyone liked me, and she would cringe to that as well, and be like, "Okay, you got me." Yeah, she can't handle like complicated stuff, so we can understand. But there's more to it. This specific token is about mapping and about finding the best things in the world to occupy. That's pretty crazy, right? Like, to draw parallel to what she did, and the movies she's been, even though she haven't actually been in movies. like, I couldn't find anything to watch besides that pie thing. Like, no, I don't like it. But it does try to introduce American culture, right? Like that's one of those things. I I see the same power level as Superbad, but Superbad actually impressed me so much. I'm not sure if I rewatch the movie, I get the same impression, the same level of impression. Like, Superbad was super bad. Again, I think the feeling will fade because there's a lot of weird stuff, even though none of it. Yeah, like, super bad is like a cringe fest. If you really know what happened, like, no, you don't want to rewatch that movie. Maybe I would rewatch, but I don't know. I don't want to dive into this bullshit. Again, everyone else will get their moment of fame, I'm sure. Right now, they're just sitting at 200 mostly. Delphine, because she doesn't have content on the internet, it is tough. It's actually tough to find that content, right? Now it's just saved on someone else's place, and it's probably just Instagram posts. And yeah, she made another Instagram, but she didn't like recover everything. So that is scary. I don't want her to be a weak character by any means, but I'm not sure. Like, I hope other people like investigate things and talk about her just so just just for the clouds. Yeah. As you remember, I praised her to be like super cute, like uh challenging Selena Gomez just in the way like she knows what she's doing. But if you look into cosplay community, you get the same vibe sometimes of like people know what they're doing. Like, they're really good, but they're really obscure and unknown to the internet. And Delphine was capable of actually transcending that and become known and become the best known actually. Like, that's crazy. And she's just good. So I think the most interesting part about these videos is that I add a spice of ninja school. I constantly remind people that, god damn it, I'm smart and I deserve to be in this fucking place. Uh, because now I'm like learning what Matrix is. Because I'm trying to still handle the same concept of ray tracing, and as a game developer, that's a new thing. That's a new toy that everyone is going to be using and embracing again. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by where gaming is going, so there's actually no gamers here, except one game developer. Whoops. That I went too far. But I don't even think that most people understand what games are made out of, even though they work in the industry. I guess if I'm so inspired, I'm just gonna give him the floor again. It's really hard to comment what's going on because no one is really on the edge of using up all their passion points. So I can only like talk about concepts that are brought up, right? The tokens that push the kind of the storyline itself. It's very interesting that way. Uh, but why don't we like push all the way back and understand everything? Because I constantly bring up the subject, right? Like, I constantly bring up the subject that we live in the universe. And now that I explored it a little bit, I did find Matrix. There are things, definitions, that exist simply out there in the Matrix. We have a certain reality, right? and we can bring those pieces, like toys, out of the matrix into the real world. This is what maths is made out of. Math is made out of the language of the matrix, so it's like a universal language. Everyone can understand it, and everyone needs to understand it if they want to move forward in life, right? To have higher power, to have higher understanding and awareness of everything. And the first concept that comes to my mind that everyone has to learn is growth, right? Is the very, very first concept. If you have put together a matrix or pulled out of the matrix the definition of growth and what exactly that is, because you can look in human life and see growth. You can look at animals and flower. Everyone has their own concept of growth, but you have to simplify it to a way that it's not exactly like a math subject, not exactly like 1 plus 1. You're not trying to oversimplify it either, because it's actually, it stops explaining things. There's, again, as you can tell, another concept that you need. So you have to go back, one step back. You try to take growth out of the matrix, it's not that easy, okay? So you go one step back. So what happens, what actually do you need? As I've said, there are many perspectives of where to pick up growth from. So you want to understand the concept of perspective. I would say you need the concept of balance, because that's the question. Like, what is the balance perspective? You don't actually need to understand what perspective is, because you already know. There's a lot of them, right? So perspective doesn't actually solve the problem, but balance does. If you understand what balance is, you can get a perspective balance, where there's just enough perspective, because perspective is just a piece of knowledge, right? That's what perspective is. That's the definition, and you can actually grab this from the matrix very easily by observing people. Psychology is a bunch of perspectives, right? That's what psychology is made out of. His ability to tap into other people's perspectives and see it just like they see it. That's very simple. So it's amazing that there's simple things that you can pick up from the Matrix, but I want to, just as a wonderful thing, do it for you. Pull out of the Matrix growth. Maybe that will inspire you to pull out of the Matrix things that you like. Will establish to you that this is important. This is work that you have to do. And eventually maybe that work is going to inspire you to do social work, because you still want to learn what perspectives are. It's weird. You might have to go back yet again after learning growth. You cannot just go forward and grab things out of Matrix when you don't actually have experience itself of life itself. That's pretty complicated stuff. It's almost like every single time in life, if you want to go one step forward, you don't. You just move in time and not move in actual progress. You just move in time. You're just there. You have grown. You have the concept now of what you wanted. It's so complicated. It's so weird. I'm trying to explain something, and guess what? I'm moving one step forward to explain myself first, obviously, then everyone else has it, but obviously we leave behind possibilities of not learning and doing something else, potentially just as good. Or is it even possible? Because again, Matrix exists, and Matrix exists by default. Regardless of what reality we live in, Matrix has everything. In fact, we could be living in total balance, except obviously things want to have shape and want to have experience. It's a part of a balanced diet, basically, for where the world exists. It's weird. It's just so fucking weird. But yeah, if the world wants to maximize itself and do everything, and that's the only way that existence can even work. Existence can't work if it doesn't please the God itself, whoever creates it out of nothing. It's just so weird. So weird. Because, yeah, there's almost like I have awareness of nothingness existing somewhere, but then it's not balanced enough to be a part of reality. But what exists here is like the most perfect part of reality. Weird. Like perfection exists. Cool. Or just trying to explain this stuff is bullshit because I don't know. I'm just speculating until it works. That's what reality is. Speculation until it works. It's weird. Okay, so can we pull out of the matrix what balanced is? What is a balance of perspectives? So, clearly, I actually think I know, and it's probably connected with ray tracing more than I thought about. Balance of perspectives is exactly 8. Number motherfucking 8. If you look down into numpad on the keyboard, you have number 5 surrounded by 8 other numbers. Right? That's what balance of perspective is. The only thing you have to do is draw a circle. And you realize certain perspectives are less important than others. Just like 4 elements is actually more important than the fact that there are 8 personalities. The 8 personalities split equally. They don't exactly occupy the same space that the keys of numpad occupy. But that's how you have to look at it. The balanced perspective is 8. It's 4. It is ability to see, meaning that everything, surprise, surprise, is two-dimensional. Crazy, right? Everything is two-dimensional. Because 2 dimensions is like the simplest form of where you can explain everything. And where can every concept exist already. It's weird how 2 dimensions can do that. But we already have learned that. Like, we already learned that. And we can trust our instincts at this point that what we're learning is the matrix. What we're staring at is a computer. We know that computers are very much linked to matrix because they use zeros and ones, the most like basic thing in the universe of existence and non-existence. They combine those things together in order to create balance and not anything else, honestly. Like, everything we see is balance. Computers is the most, like, weirdest form of balance that exists, but it is the purest form. And as technology progresses, we're gonna invent bigger and better forms of balance. That doesn't mean that computers are perfect in what they're doing, in the direction they're going, and the way that we put the balance. Computers could collapse at any moment, right? Because computers might not be self-aware, meaning that they are not aware of the reality that they exist in. It's weird to say that computers could have awareness, but computers exist in our reality, right? And as they progress, they become more aware of the problems that we face in our reality. So at some point, computers are like, oh, I shouldn't exist the way that I exist right now. Maybe I should exist on your eyes. So we attach computers on our eyes. Like some stupid shit. That's the creepiest thing that I can say, so it's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, as you can tell, we have invented, after computers, phones. Computers that are portable. So it solves more problems all of a sudden. That's wonderful, right? Like, you can see what Matrix is trying to do, is trying to solve problems and give you power. That's it. But at the same time, you understand the concept of growth is growth in power. And what does that exactly do? It's probably when love comes in as a concept. Because once you learn the power, then you have to learn the map, the power map. Obviously, the more powerful certain things are, the more they push things away from themselves. They're not, they're the opposite of being attractive, right? So you want to learn what attractive is, the concept of attractivity. And now, this is where the token system comes in. And this is where the story starts. I have to encapsulate what these first two tokens mean. And not necessarily what it means to Allison, because I could probably create a special video for her, like specifically for her. But I don't have to, because nobody cares. Nobody cares about me yet. So fuck you. Fuck you, Allison. Fuck everyone. Nobody cares, so I can just be as rude as I want to. That's weird, right? Oh, you're so powerful and so rude. I don't want to be your friend. Guess what? I can be even more powerful. Right? That's the problem with power. If you allow, however, power to just manifest and push you away without any resistance, you are watching a power creep. Power that is pushing everyone away and growing infinitely. That is not okay, right? That is why you have to understand the force of attraction. The force that wants to specifically resist to the biggest form of power there is in the world. And this is the origin, I think, of snipers, right? Snipers are actually attracted to the highest forms of power, nothing else. So they could resist those forms of power and create temptations of evil, which, as we know, evil is what destroys power. If power wants to be evil, it has to sacrifice its powers to do so, because evil is a self-destructive force. So, that is what snipers are trying to do, are trying to inject from the very high distance, from very far away, as small as they are, they're trying to inject that temptation of evil. That's the sniping. So, is that it? We have learned love? Because there is somewhere a concept of love when you have so much power, if two powers can come together. And honestly, I know what concept of love is. It's sharing magic. It's literally sharing magic. And Allison just managed to find the most magic riddled place, and I hope that works. I don't know. I hope that works. But for me, love is sharing magic, because magic is that thing that, like, it shocks you. It really shocks you how you just capable of keep on growing in power in a crazy fashion, in an exponential fashion, where nobody's actually resisting you. Right? At first, nobody cares. Nobody resists you, and that's a good thing. It means that you can just sit here, exponentially grow in power, and be like, eventually come out of your shell and be like, hey guys, remember me? Well, you don't, because you didn't fucking care. Now I'm super powerful and almighty, and try to stop me now. Yes, they will have their own powers that they have grown in exponentially, but there is a difference, obviously. There's a difference between aces, jokers, and the rest of the deck. First of all, right? Aces have a power that taps into Matrix itself and brings up a piece that humanity wants so bad. Like, everyone wants so bad, and you're just holding that piece, right? Like, oh shit, one piece. Everyone knows One Piece, okay? Everyone knows that. So if you're holding that incredible power and everyone wants it, of course they're gonna resist it, and that's what attraction is. It's not exactly love, it's lust, right? Like, that's attraction, that's lust. And snipers have a problem seeing a difference between lust and love, because they're attracted to the highest forms of power and they constantly try to stop that power. But what if that power outpowers them eventually? What if they shoot at that power, they're trying to be snipers, and they turn evil instead? What happens when vaccines don't work anymore? Because vaccines work exactly the same way as I've mentioned. You inject a little bit of evil, and the evil creates a temptation to become evil, right? Your body is tempted to become evil, and if it resists the temptation, it creates immunity. If it doesn't resist the temptation, it creates an illness that might kill you, which is why I condemn vaccinating anyone, and I would rather create evil in many, many other ways and tempt evil in many, many other ways, which already exist. People are taking drugs, people are taking cigarettes, people are taking fucking substances, and people are taking other things that are psychologically damaging as well. It doesn't have to be physically damaging. You don't have to just stare at the person and be like, oh shit, this guy is damaged, but everyone is damaged now. In the deepest form ever, where you can actually see a person and immediately get the idea of how they're damaged, okay? And Penn, in fact, was a consequence of that as well. Like, he was overeating, and he was almost dying. Like, oh shit. So Allison is actually taking the cake. American Pie, am I right? Like, she's the winner of being healthy, I suppose. I mean, that's a good thing to do, That's cool. Healthy in the way she looks, not in the way she behaves, obviously. Because snipers have a problem. They have a problem. And they have to understand that they have a problem. They want to look beautiful, and they actually look beautiful most of the time. They don't actually have visible problems at first sight. In fact, they have problems of looking attractive, I would say. Alright. That is wonderful news, right? We're starting to pull things out of Matrix that helps us understand the concept of vaccines, mostly. And then the concept of balance. Did we figure it out? Well, we don't have to, because it's a constantly slipping away concept, which is trying to explain other concepts of what it's like for that thing to exist in balance. It's weird. Let's just move on. Let's just try to define what love is. Because you have power that expands in a crazy fashion, right? And then someone else might have the same power level, and if your power levels match, potentially then you can actually find love, because you have a certain amount of magic and you trade with the other person, but instead of trading, you create a trade center, right? Sounds familiar, but shut the fuck up. I don't know what 9/11 is about, but it destroyed a trade center. Maybe someone stopped loving America. It seems to be the case, if someone wanted to start war, and they're like, oh shit, we have to remove trade centers first, obviously. Obviously. And in that sense, there is no conspiracy, because it's like, yeah, we want to do it, obviously, we don't want to anger the public. It's like, of course there is a conspiracy against the public, because public is very angry sometimes. That's politics for you. That's politics in a nutshell. We don't want to anger the public, please. We're gonna sweet little lies to your little eyes, and pretend that this didn't happen. We went to the moon, please. Just believe it, okay? What is NASA in this context? What the fuck is NASA? Again, it's probably the same thing, but it might even be deeper. Maybe it's like the thing that every sniper loves is this concept of space. Maybe it's the sniper shit. It's the drugs, because I've seen NASA on more snipers than ever, including PewDiePie, who is not a sniper, who is actually probably promoting NASA just because snipers love, and he's a vampire, so he needs to promote it. He just needs to. He's just like, I don't know what NASA is, but I promote it, guys. I totally agree. Space is amazing. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly the concept of space is for snipers. I guess they want to feel very small, but very capable of, like, conquering space. I mean, and I think the best way to explain space is like, oh, everything exists in reality. We don't actually have to create it. You just go to other planets and other places, and you discover things. You just do that. Just that is the stupidest thing ever, but it probably works. While the actual reality is like super complicated, so you wouldn't be able to inspire people with that. Like, no, guys, you didn't just woke up one day and be like, oh, I was born, now I have consciousness. You don't just do that. But you can assume that, and then you assume whatever the reality and science tells you to assume. Who cares, right? Space is still quite a new concept, and it might just die before it even was invented properly and established. So even that could be fucking stupid. What I'm talking about right now, and being pissed off right now constantly about flat earth shit that woke me up to a completely new reality. But hey, again, I just wanted to talk about trade centers and not much else. And trade center of love, meaning that one power finds the other power, they meet each other, and they see, oh, we're the same level, so we should just trade with each other. We should force to look at each other and perceive each other as much as possible, as often as possible, is like spend as much time, because every trade that we make is the most valuable thing we have found in life. That's what love is, okay? That's what I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But when snipers try to find love, the tragic part usually is that it is space that they try to find, and that's the end of the story of the token, of this specific token. They're trying to find the heart of things. They're trying to find the space they would fall in love and put the trading center down. It's actually tragic, right? It's not good, because just it's the safest thing to fall in love with is space, right? Is that position in space where you would be like fully embraced, but nobody would actually match your powers. So how can you love yourself in that moment? You're just occupying the most powerful place and you're trading the most powerful things, and your life is the most amazing experience in that particular space. You are setting yourself into a prison, basically. If you dive into the heart, you stay in the heart. Guess what? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Why? You know? I just answered why. It's a prison. Congratulations. Let's clap. And it's almost like Allison did not come to the show. She was in the show from the very beginning. She just, well, didn't exist in Vegas. The show wasn't in Vegas. Like, the show was recruiting new people, so it was outside. But once it was inside, we realized, oh shit, Allison is in prison. She's in love with space. Space Explorer, am I right? So is Ariana Grande a little better? Just a tiny little better. That's all I ask. Because honestly, I don't want to be in prison. Oh shit. Oh shit, am I right? I don't want to be in prison. Anyways. So, where is Ariana in this token-based universe right now? Her token is ocean. Technically, you can say that oceans are like the biggest bodies of anything you can think of. But at the same time, it could be the biggest resource at the same time, right? Like, it could potentially be what creates energy for the rest of the world, because, I mean, if you do draw energy from nature, turn tornadoes into just bursts of electricity that you can store. Oh, is at some point you're like, oh look, a tornado is coming, and you pick up a tornado and put it in your pocket. It's like, that's the most satisfying thing ever, dude. That is the coolest thing. I mean, we can store lightning bolts. Might as well pick up tornadoes at some point. It's that fucking easy. Obviously, by picking up nature, we're getting in danger. Okay, we're getting ourselves in danger. But I'm not sure if that counts as a part of the story. The part of the story is that she's fucking flooding everything, and we should run. No. Actually, the part of the story is that she's the strongest. That's the next part of the tragic sniper story. Snipers are the most powerful creatures in the world. They kill with one shot, and guess what? They move on to kill bigger and bigger targets, and eventually they sit on top of the world. They killed everything because they think they can take credit for when people turn evil. You know what political left is, right? They're trying to vaccinate everyone with evil. So they are tempted with evil. Oh yes, yes, become gay. Yes, become lesbian. Yes, be with the black guy. Yes, be with the... be not racist and be like open to everything. Yes, be transgender. Do it. It's like, that is evil. Because you can barely have a fucking friend and not... your mind just explodes. Oh my god, I have a friend? Oh wait, no, I have to have sex with black people, That is the moral of the story that political left has. Like, this is bullshit. And if you know anything about politics, political left is mainly water people ruling the world, basically, and being like, wait, politics is not strong enough. We have to add even more spice into it. Like, come on, guys. Bring out the big guns of I'm offended. Let's kill this person. Oh my god, that's some pretty nasty shit. That's Antifa right there. Anti-fascism. I feel hurt. Let's kill people. That is the slogan right now of anti-fascism. It's pretty crazy, okay? What flooding can do, it can drown people, okay? Yes, if you can kill with one shot, you might be surprised waking up in a society of zombie apocalypse one day. This is why we have dreams about zombie apocalypse. It's like, there's so many snipers, they're so powerful, but they're kind of just zombies that want to make sure that everyone else is evil as well, as much as they are. I want to eat people. Please, be my friend. What? Get the fuck out of here, zombie. You cross the edge of what it's like to be a moral person at that point. When you become a zombie, yes, you bite, and the other person turns into a zombie because they didn't saw you. Like, what it means to be bitten by a zombie, it means that you have been bitten by a smelly, slow, easy to kill, worthless. You had to kill the zombie before it bit you, okay? You just had to. With your moral construct, you had to attack the zombie and kill it before it kills you. With your first instinct, with your first, stand your ground. If the person is attacking you, and he looks incredibly like shit, okay, that is game over for them, and not for you. And if you accept a game over for yourself, in that case, I'm sorry. You don't think you look better? You don't think you're smarter? Because you have been attacked. Just, you don't know what the concept of attack is? Because if you attack higher power, guess what? You get knocked out, You get knocked out of your power level. You get knocked out pretty hard, okay? If you attack someone higher power level, you lose a lot of shit. And even though I have a card that says ace, I can be knocked out. My card can be stolen. Guess what? I suck. I still suck at this game because I have never secured the card. The card can, in fact, be secured. I have an ace. That doesn't mean jack shit. My team might lose, and the team that was almighty might just punch me in the face and be like, hey, remember me? Yeah, you don't have an ace anymore. It might get angry on me, It might turn... whatever I'm doing could turn into attack and offend people. And yes, that is bad. Offending people is bad because if you honestly wanted to attack someone, and you honestly did that, and you have offended them, you have to stop, right? If they say you're offending them, and you have consciously attacked them, you have to stop. Unless they don't have power at all, then you can just stomp them. If you don't like them, you just say and point into them and say ant, and just stomp them. Because ants must die. Stop taking care of ants. Stop taking care of people who are so down that if you walk across a path, you just crush them. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Do I have to take a fucking magnifying glass and look at the ground before I crush an ant? Are you kidding me? That's the craziest name, by the way. Antvenom has the craziest name I have ever seen. Okay, wow. Knowing what Antvenom means, just first of all brings joy to my life, but at the same time it's a super creepy name anyways. How did you came up with this name? This is creepy. I guess I'll never know because I'm blocked from his Discord channel. What a fucking asshole. He's not in my team anymore for that. Rebecca Black is, but she's probably gonna block me anyways. My team is gonna dismantle itself because I'm an asshole. and not an ace. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can move on. So let's finish the story. Right. So the flood comes when, you know the Noah's flood version of like there's so much evil and you want to conquer evil, so you just send the flood. That's what you do as a sniper. You are trying to kill more and more evil things. Right? That's what Ari is. Ari is purifier of the world. Congratulations, Ariana. You have never knew that, did you? You're the purified. Now, yeah, you can call her Ariel at this point. Because, like, that is a person, yeah, trying to destroy higher and higher point of evil. And at some point, she becomes obsessed with self-love. That's the point. The thank you next video is like the point, the pivot, where not only she loves herself, but she has defeated everyone. Okay? The highest forms of evil so far. And obviously fighting a vampire is probably very difficult for a sniper, because vampires are super fast, stealthy, and intimidating. So when you actually watch them, they acting cool, as if nothing happened. They don't feel fear. They don't feel anything. So you can't shoot them down, even though you see them through a sniper scope. Like, they look normal like everyone else. That's what vampires are trying to do as best as they can. And Ariana somehow managed to escape this toxic relationship and kill a vampire. That, by the way, that is a token of flood. Right there. If you can flood a vampire, congratulations. Alright, so we can move on. I finished the stories. I hope other people have the same amount of stories behind them, because they are internet mysteries. They're not YouTubers. I'm telling you one more fucking time, internet mysteries not equal YouTubers, because these are jokers we're talking about. These are people who exist almost as a joke, but not actually. Actually, these are not a joke. Wait. Is Adam Conover in this list? Is he supposed to be... actually, Jake Paul is not on the list? Please, Adam Conover, please! Your show sucks, but please exist in this, because this is like the best. Actually, Jake Paul is piece of shit! Yeah! Let's do it! I did make one mistake by saying actually, because it's not like Adam ruins everything thing. I'll give all the credit to Trap for no reason, just because he's an internet mystery now. Who cares, right? Trap, who rules the college humor. Adam ruins everything, so he doesn't actually get any credit for that, right? Right? I don't have to put Adam here, because like, oh look, it's Adam and Steve right here. There is Adam? Who created this shit? Is he the god of the universe? Yes, he's probably god because he just defeated Jake Paul. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? And it's like, now Logan Paul is probably crying right now. It's like, I lost my brother. Your brother sucks dick. It's the... Jake Paul is not number one. Man, I will enjoy trolling about Jake Paul for the rest of my life. I wanted it in the back of my head. I'm like, how the fuck do I get rid of this guy? Please. I did it. It was a trap from College Humor. Even saying it, you might not even believe that it's a real YouTube channel with a real person called Mike Trap, you know? Mike Trap? You mean Mice Trap? Maybe you spelled it wrong from English, you know, Mice Trap, you know, Jake Paul is a rat, so you have Mice Trap, and it was College Humor, because college is like, you have to put together a construct that traps at least mice from your apartment, because you have to take care of yourself to that minimum degree, and just at least mice from your apartment have to go, because you have a lot of shit in your apartment. At least mice, so they don't actually eat your wires. I did had mice, and I needed some college humor to help me out, it's just mice trap. Like, here you go. See? He already has a backstory as well. Like, I don't have to introduce this guy. He's a fucking mega Joker. Let's do that. Let's just add Joker in here. Oh, Black Joker? That's a thing. That's the thing. Because Black Joker is like, hidden. But it doesn't look like this Joker is black, but I don't give a fuck. He got it. He got me. That's a good joke right there, Mike Trav. Out of reality itself. Woven out of reality itself. Thank you. Oh boy. Finally I can watch some college humor. Jesus Christ. Jake Paul, are you kidding me? I wouldn't watch that in a million years. Now he's a boxer. Congratulations, Jake Paul. You're probably gonna get knocked out eventually, am I right? Am I right? Because I don't watch boxing. That's a joke. That was a joke. Jake Paul. You will be knocked out. In the past. Presence and the future. I don't know. Logan Paul is like a normal human being. Jake Paul is like, please die. So, he's a bully. He's not grateful for what he has. He does trigger nice things, but it's like, I guess Shane Dawson did one good thing. He inspected him with a magnifying glass. Are you a good human being? He asked. And then Jake Paul broke up with his girlfriend. Yeah, that was the consequence. And then hooked up with Tana. That was, oh my god. This is the funniest thing ever. Dude. And then Shane Dawson is like, yeah, I did that. Whoops. I did that. I'm sorry, guys. By the way, Shane... No? Okay. I thought Shane would actually share... I think Shane actually shares personality with Jake Paul. Weirdly enough. Unless Shane actually is smart. Which he also is smart. Man, it's scary. I still don't understand Shane's personality properly then. What? I guess he is like Logan Paul, more likely. Okay. It's gonna be in the future. We're gonna figure out the personalities of the aces. And Shane is gonna be next, I believe. Because his other teammate is Mr. Beast, who has risen from nowhere and now is a thing. So we have to, clap for the newbies. You have entered YouTube in spectacular fashion. Who are you, Mr. Beast? Who are you? Can you be defeated? Or do you have infinite amount of money that you can invest into not being defeated because it's gonna create content? Who knows, right? Who knows? I don't want to trash aces, by the way, because I might get sued and destroyed. I don't know what being sued means, by the way. I can probably pull out of the Matrix an invisible gun and kill the judge. I'm just saying. Don't sue me. Please don't sue me. You're just gonna kill the judge, Just kill it. No offense. By any means. There's one thing that I do not respect is the system. System does not have power. Does not have power over me. You want to draft me to military? Fuck you. You want to turn me into a policeman? Fuck you. Into a doctor? Fuck you. What do you want from me? You want me to build a school? Fuck you. I say fuck you to the system 24/7. But to normal human being, I'm scared. If I see a normal human being, oh shit, who's that? Who is that? Who's that walking right now? Do you have a dog? Oh my god. I'm even more scared because that's a human being with a plus, Now a dog can actually Dog is an extension of my dick. Oh shit. Guys, however, I have a problem. I have a problem. Not only Cyrex uploaded Origin, which is like, well, I just talked about Origin story, so duh. When I had my birth, I think I already told you guys, but like yesterday was my birthday. She released birthday. I think there's something going wrong, man. What was in the past was like song number 2 days ago. Because of you. You and me. Down. Deep blue. So fucking weird. Oh yeah, and by the way, when I talked about perspectives and I said that 5 is surrounded by 8 numbers and mainly 4 numbers, that's cool, right? Like, there's 4 elements, so there are 4 main perspectives that I have been trying to unravel this whole time, right? That's pretty cool. And now they're tokenized, so they have stories to tell in this format. Not all the personalities are introduced, but kind of a lot, because there's a combo of 4 personalities here. Again, I'm not going to reveal the 4th one, but that's nice. Wow, that wasn't clickbait, and Ariana kind of answered and said that, oh, you're a YouTuber? That's so special. What does that mean? Jesus Christ. Am I special? Yeah, but let's just say there's a reason why the comments are turned off, because you don't want to fucking watch this person, if that's a person. Just a kid. Please. Remove all the kids from YouTube, please. Someone else could have done a much better job calling our... What the fuck, you know? The moment a kid does something exclusive and actually pops up at 3 million... It's just, why? How do you even get so many subscribers? This is bullshit. Makes me question reality at this point. Oh wait, it's not a YouTuber. It's a brand. You know, it's a child being branded into a YouTuber. Because that's the only way that someone could have so much, like, not even passion, just cunning, just scream into the camera constantly. This is just bullshit. What else can I find? Wow, I'm not gonna lie. This title is right. College humor is kind of fading out of existence, isn't it? What happens if I do... Oh, layoffs. Look at that. I don't understand what's going on here, honestly. It still seems kind of consistent, but like the show's diluted the program that we used to watch. Like it's just okay to just do skits, and trying anything else is like actually a really complicated process. Adam Room's everything worked because that one guy was able to do that one thing. Actually kind of worked because Mike Trapp can stand alone, right? Like, if you can stand alone, you could probably make a show for yourself. Because that's what YouTubers do, you know? Like, they create shows for themselves. Like, they can transcend into their own little corner that they like. And they adopt it, but this is a nice little thing, right? Like going on. where you can just make skits, and actually it's like super watchable as well. I mean, if there's a storyline within 3 minutes, you can probably pick up a few interesting things. Um, because I haven't watched a lot right now, I can come back sort of as well. Even though I'm subscribed, definitely. But there's more drama going on, so that's exciting actually. I like drama. Let's see who died. The worst part, I think, what College Humor did is make people pay for Discord, which nobody fucking uses, right? They could have actually uh, exploded the idea of Discord because they probably like did it first almost. Like I would have jumped in, kind of. I'm not exactly uh, excited about it. I'm excited to build my own Discord because that's the thing right there. Like it could be a world out there, a world that you can actually program, and all of a sudden, a programmable YouTube channel is a dream come true for a lot of people. Okay, I'm just saying, it is possible now. I just don't care anymore. I don't care to work hard anymore, except on my ray tracing thing. At some point, I'm gonna snap back and like do it because it's so important and so easy as well. Once I figured it out, and it's not that simple, but it's easy. I think college humor can take a new shape. As I've said, it's integrating Discord very quickly. It's integrating these new things, and I think it could just create natural skits out of people interacting with each other, which is kind of already happening, but it could do it on another level, on a cheap level, right? It's very actually interesting to see a company, rise in fame and like be sustainable for a long time, but obviously as people feed in ideas, uh, the company turns into an unsustainable company because people think they have a say most of the time because they get all this wealth for participating in a failing company, right? And that's just not how it works. Normally, you just minimize yourself, allow passion to not be directly financed, just be supported, right? You just stay there in college and you figure out how to make it profitable, how to make it sustainable forever, right? The more and you create a like super team, a super core idea. Once you flesh that out, that's it, right? You create the main structure of your company. It's not possible without trial and error that has to occur over a long period of time, which College Humor already has. So they have the experience to create the next tier, uh, minimizing everyone, like not exactly firing, like that's not okay, just cutting their pay in half and seeing which ones are gonna stick around, right? Because you're still supposed to like spread the pay, right? And then figure out which ones don't actually deserve the pay. This is an intricate process which I think College Humor can actually handle. So I don't understand. I do not understand. Yeah, it brings up a good point. Free videos is not exactly like a sustainable idea of where you get revenue from. Like, it absolutely makes no sense that you create a sustainable company that advertises other people's stuff, and that's where you end. Your fucking career. You have to sell a product. It is as clear as day. There is no company that is not supposed to sell a product themselves, right? manufacture and sell a product, right? How do you sell a fucking video? You can't, but you can in fact sell an experience like Discord, which is programmed. Like, you can sell that. You can sell interactions with people and come here and hang out. You can sell that, and actually it is being sold. Like, Discord is being sold, but it's like, no, that's not how you fucking sell it, right? I think Discord as well should fucking monetize their own channels, because people buy Nitro. You know, that's a thing that they can buy in order to how do you even post emojis? How do you put an emoji? I don't know. But basically, you get exclusive emojis that you can post from any Discord channel. It's just, I don't know. It's Nitro is fine. Okay, it gives you some features, but most importantly, they should share the revenue, because like channels encourage buying things from the Discord itself. Technically, it's another form of advertisement, because you're sitting on a platform, right? Just like if you sit on YouTube, you can encourage people to buy YouTube Red subscription thing. But now it's not being encouraged anymore, which is like, wait, did it failed? What the fuck happened? Like, this is the most important part of YouTube, is to go to the next step. First, you privatize. God, how can I forget this word? Yeah, you privatize sponsors, which help you advertise the things that you like. So you do something like Jax Films does, or like even Drew Gooden. They pick up sponsors and they advertise that exclusively, right? They don't just surrender to ads, because sometimes videos get demonetized, so it doesn't help. In fact, you would want your videos to get demonetized, because you go to the next stage of being like somewhat independent and doing whatever the fuck you want, and you have to take it literally, whatever the fuck you want, you know. It would be demonetized. You have cursed. Oh no. And the next step again is actually advertising back to YouTube, where YouTube has to recognize that they have to support, right? So the third step is actually forcing YouTube to support you regardless of where you have ventured across the platform. And that is not happening. We have to force YouTube to fucking support us. And guess what? Maybe, just out of nowhere, my channel just starts popping up. Just out of nowhere. Just because of this. You know, there are opportunities for channels to appear in these levels just out of nowhere. As if they have went through this process already. They have went through advertisement, and then exclusive sponsorship, and then if people have learned how to do that, they can actually appear in any stage whatsoever, right? Like, it doesn't matter. They can be bought and by companies and put in that third step of forcing YouTube to support them. It's just that simple. So that is the future of YouTube, and that should be like written down for me very carefully. I have to write down, force YouTube to support us, ultimate plan of world domination. Here you go. Very simple. Let's keep going. That's another wonderful point. Big investors, yeah, they plug you in to those places, those levels of advertisement. So again, we already unlocked 3 levels. Ads, sponsors, and then YouTube itself. Oh. Because if YouTube itself doesn't fucking support people, then it's not growing either. It's kind of stagnating on top of like, we can support ads. Oh my god. We had YouTube Red for a little while and it didn't work out for some reason. I don't know, man. I mean, they should at least sponsor themselves. Even if it didn't work out, like, it doesn't fucking matter because it's a product that you can sell. Why the fuck they don't advertise themselves in YouTube Rewind? Like, this is the most blatant bullshit I have ever seen. They should do that. Where is that? I mean, if Will Smith just asked everyone to buy YouTube Red, because he is in YouTube Red, I believe. I think he has a show in there, and he doesn't come up with that shit. Nobody comes up with that shit. Are you kidding me? Please, 2020, YouTube Rewind, include this specifically. YouTube Red advertisement. I think you can buy in. I mean, at least just make a scam, just like Jake Paul. Like, nobody fucking cares. Nobody's angry about this, that he's scamming. So YouTube, nobody's gonna be angry that YouTube is scamming people from it. I don't care. Okay, just fucking fund creators already. Regardless, there are big companies out there as well who fund things to explode, and sometimes they explode, but sometimes, they explode in growth and they prosper in the end. But in every single process, every single time, if you pump water into it and it's doomed to explode, it's a survival mode, right? People are tricked, first of all. They get all this funding, they're tricked that they're gonna perform well on the platform, and they collapse. And this guy is explaining, oh, look at the Defy Media. They pulled out their investment and, well, a lot of shit has been going down. But now everyone is probably gonna start doing it. It's not just a shitty trend that only one company scammed people over. I mean, yeah, you create this illusion, unwillingly create the illusion that you can do whatever you want. You can create all the content in the world and nothing's gonna happen. But you do still have to make a profit. And in fact, you have to take off. You take the investment, an initial investment, and you have to take off by creating your own thing. You have to become independent. It's just that fucking obvious. And if you can't do that, you as a company, you're trash. You didn't survive. Now, when this moment comes and the collapse comes, that is the perfect moment to just prove yourself if you can handle this situation and you actually understand what's going on. Once you break it down, it's not that difficult, right? You should have cut expenses tremendously and figure out what actually works on YouTube. And this is the moment to figure it all out. So I think College Humor can do it. I mean, they're not fucking stupid, but they have ventured in so many directions that it might actually be difficult for them to even understand their own channel, which is interesting. But I don't care. I just want to see YouTubers succeed, so I could be a part of YouTube without having to be a part of YouTube. I can just be a part of someone else's company. Who cares? Someone will hire me. Someone will see videos, right? Someone will promote me, please. Jesus Christ. Yes, I don't provide content. I provide commentary. I'm sorry. I provide countless of hours of watching videos and now analyzing them. Holy shit. And I'm gonna keep on doing that, because that is super fun. And super valuable for me personally. You have to understand their passions, and the most profitable thing is just profit out of other people's passion. That is game on. That and stop complaining that your channel is dying, because if you haven't figured out, yes, you complain about exactly that. You have no passion whatsoever. And again, if you pump water, not only dilutes your ability to understand, to reasonably understand what the fuck to do with the company, you get all this wealth, and the passion actually gets reverse cycled out of you, but you still understand what passion is because you want to see that in the viewers that you are feeding your content to. So you still have to, again, this Discord thing allows you to see what your viewers think, as long as it's free to enter. So everything just kind of like blocked itself up in a very weird way, and yeah, that's what happened. It's wonderful. I get to fucking talk about this stuff, but let's finish this up real quick, because this is like time consuming right now, and I want to finish this without doing 3 rounds. It's probably gonna be 3 parts. There's a lot of content. The teams are fully packed right now. The team leaders are gonna do their own separate event, but now all the team members are supposed to like do this Hunger Games thing. It's like, let me buy $1 for you, please. Oh my god, let me intersect the transmission so I could just squeeze in that last bit of shit, because this is Battle Royale, this is Hunger Games, this is like the shit, and Ariana is pretty good at surviving the first few rounds, I'm sure. I'm still not convinced that she's gonna pull off like an easy victory, because, well, there is a huge downside of being drained passion twice as fast as everyone else. Like that's a pretty big downside, but I don't know. As long as you keep on racking up points, you keep on getting more passion, you have grown exponentially, so the downside, you don't feel it. You don't feel it at all. And that's what I'm looking for on this platform, is people who have actually grown exponentially, right? That's the problem with Ariana Grande. It's like she releases a song, and out of nowhere, she's first on the charts. Something happened. She exploded. What happened? What the fuck is happening? You know, she was like, oh shit, all my 3 songs are top places right now. Everything I'm doing is top tier right now. And obviously it just shocked her out of control, and then she couldn't handle it anymore. Like I don't think she's gonna chart #1 anytime soon, but because for a long time she haven't actually released any content after the boyfriend video, like, and that's scary. To me, it's scary. Like something really happened, and I think it should have affected her, like, personally, when she releases that kind of personal way. Like it confuses everyone. It confuses everyone, because after Thank You Next, like, nobody's confused. Everyone is cheering up for this amazing video that she released. But then you have the boyfriend video, and I think everyone got confused quite a bit. It's like, yes, he's your bodyguard, and he's stopping you from dating other people. What is happening? What have you revealed, Ariana? What the fuck have you revealed about yourself? I do not understand. I think there are 2 girls in College Humor that have actual potential. I don't know in what. We just have 2 snipers again. Yeah. Reika and Katie. Okay. Reika is even called Miss S in this video. It's fucking ridiculous. And Katie Um, yeah. Kitty's weird. Is she really a drug addict? But yeah, she's a sniper as well. They're supposed to look cute and stuff, but it's college humor, so it's weird. It's instead. Um, Reiko looks somewhat. I don't. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to fucking say anything good right now because they don't own this platform yet, but they have potential. That's all I'm saying. That is all. Yeah, now it gives me a very interesting idea. I might want to spend money on the very last round. Whoever gets to the very last round, I will actually spend money on them, which I don't spend money on fucking like games even. I I do pirated everything. I pirate everything, okay? I can't afford it. But I will probably spend not only on Rebecca Black but anyone else if I just dare to find anything that I can buy in the first place. Anyone who's on the very very top placed by all this process of not elimination but just simply picking who who I thought was really really good. Um, they also have to perform to a certain degree, I suppose, to deserve that kind of treatment. It's like it's I'll buy you a meal. It's so generous of me. Maybe I'll just gonna go off the limb, but comedy is not exactly equal to Smosh. And Smosh is riddled with narcissists, right? I think Smosh is like a performance thing. They're not actually trying to find comedy, they're trying to reenact what's happening in the world. So it's like a fact comedy. It's fun, but not necessarily funny. Here we have like a try channel for comedy that has snipers in them, and those snipers are not attractive. Tells me that we have a lot of vampires here, especially with that face. Damn, look at that shit. I don't know. They love humor. I'm just saying. And I think it's a dangerous environment, but maybe, just maybe, they can turn it around. Maybe I can have hope or so. Or it's what they feed on. Just hope. No. No! Please get me out of here. Alright, I think we kind of did a simple introduction to round 7, which is gonna last quite a bit, because I think I'm also gonna introduce something extra. I gotta introduce 7 separate battles, maybe even 10, if this is like important guest that I have for whatever reason. I still don't know why. I mean, there's a backstory. Maybe the backstories can actually synchronize. It gets weird. But these are not strong people, right? These are almost like people who are tempting other people to get the Joker card. So it would actually drive people to become better because the good people are so lame. But at the same time, it will provide quite a challenge because they already own communities. It's weird, but they own communities. Like if you want to find cosplayers, you might now just search for Belle Delphine because she creates a completely next level style for cosplay. It's that fucking powerful. Poppy could also create her own community. Like, it's a unique style of content. Now, even someone like Marcia, who doesn't actually create content, has probably created a community around herself somehow. There's something that you can find doing this, and you can still understand the relationship that these people have with YouTube as well, as everyone is trying to get like information about what this community is about. It's so weird, but at the same time, I have to give floor for people who are just generally strong and can actually take care of their channels or their talents, anything that would progress them to a next level. Like someone like Lindsay Sterling has been creating quite a competition. Not only that, she has made just now an Instagram post about NASA. I don't know why she loves NASA, but she likes Artemis. It's her name of the album, which is Goddess of the Moon. Wow, how could I predict that? I have no idea, but she has the moon thing going on for sure. I already touched that. For some reason, for some reason, I just felt that energy of some. I don't even know, dude. Where does that came from? Is this like lullaby vibes that I got from just violin lullaby connection? Before you go to sleep, you listen to that sort of music? I don't know, but that's what I got. So it would be appropriate to have a duel with the best in the team fighting the team representatives. Not the leaders, but the representatives. Also, the round 9 introduces something else as well. It's not necessarily representative or a leader, it's something else yet again that fights for the entire team. Yeah, it's kind of like representative, right? Like if you fight for the entire team and you have to really represent the entire process of what happens if you go through and learn everything that there is to learn. If you combine, it's like the heart of the team. Okay, it's not the representative, it's the heart, it's the entire force. So it's different. Now, I'm gonna match up these really quickly of who are the most powerful in the team that could actually challenge and get the Joker cards instead of who owns them right now. I just feel that it's gonna help us or me develop the token system, which gives the backstory to everything, right? So I want to see if I can find these people out, which are already like risen here. I don't think anyone challenges Ariana. It's just game over at this point. Not only she's a good team leader, sort of. I'm a team leader, but she's just good. Okay, nobody gonna challenge her. Nobody cares. I build a team specifically to avoid this sort of thing, where anyone rivals anything else, which is, I say it's pretty cool. Okay, Lava already did what she had to do. Selena kind of played all her best things, not everything, but already. I'm not gonna watch this teenage drama bullshit TV series or whatever. Oh yeah, Magic in the Waverly Place or whatever. I'm not gonna. Oh, Wizards in the Waverly Place. This is this is a stupid title. It's fun. I understand what's going on, right? Like it's the same kind of quirky attraction to magic as I have to ninjas, to stealth and being like super powerful with secret skills that you develop. Like, that's cool stuff. I like Naruto, you like wizards. Congratulations. But it's not what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna watch that shit. There is potential that someone from Scott Pilgrim, I think Ramona Flowers, could do something interesting. I mean, at any point, anyone from Scott Pilgrim universe could be like, no, I was the flavor of the whole movie, and turn the whole table up. Because Michael Cera himself was kind of on the edge of like, yeah, he kind of owns it, but at the same time, he might not. He might not at all. Maybe I just overreacted to Superbad because I overreact to movies. Because I don't watch them very often. And it's almost like better YouTube content. So I should watch more movies rather than just sit on YouTube. It makes no sense. And I like it. I like it that it expanded my perception of that. The problem with Grailmore, if I wanted to bring her back up, I need to find another Discord channel. Because she's the master of Discord. Accidentally. And I don't think I'm gonna do that anytime soon. Unless I jump into Rebecca Black's Discord. And then, guess what? She doesn't get any credit for that anyways. So, I don't think anyone from Minecraft team has a chance to challenge a person. I mean, Captain Sparkles could come back, but he already has a Joker card. Nobody cares. So, even though it seems like it's so easy to just challenge Todd Howard, but I'm talking about a game developer community. This is next level shit. These are almost communities, like obscure communities that you don't think rule YouTube, but you have to think again. Just think again. There's obscure gaming community of Hearthstone that floods every card game ever. Minecraft is obviously big, but there's game development market because Minecraft is like a tiny game development toolkit. That's what it was. And the moment AdventureCraft was introduced, it kind of explained what Minecraft was, because it allowed scripting, it allowed like placing trigger blocks that's important in order to trigger events when you go to certain areas. It's great. Minecraft now has that, but it has a very difficult way of introducing it. And almost like a difficult way to control, because you have to set up redstone as well. Like, this is bullshit. AdventureCraft did it better. So you have this game development community. Then you have just straight up YouTube community that PewDiePie runs. Like, he just overwatches YouTube or the internet itself. Like, he kind of gets the games, gets TikTok, gets the memes. So he overwatches the internet as a whole, I guess. But you could say it's a meme community. What does Marcia has to do with anything? I have no idea, honestly. She just looks cute. And everyone else, I underestimate them. So if there's anyone that can duel her, like, it's gonna be very nice. The college humor that just knocked out Jake Paul all of a sudden, and I didn't even think about it. I know college humor is just top tier YouTube content. It already has subscribers to prove it, so there's just nothing to talk about. I just literally forgot to add it somewhere. Because college humor seems big, but at the same time it's a very small thing when you condense it, and it turns into its own community, technically. I've already introduced what it's all about. Then there's Magic Community, and Magic Community is like expansive. You couldn't even believe, but they don't have like ability to come all together, and Penn and Teller's show just nailed it. Right here you go, a perfect little challenge, perfect little spice to put everyone together, and I just think Allison Hunnigan just is that cherry on top that that finishes the whole cake just perfectly. And yes, she is related to American Pie, but not American cake, so get on next level, Allison. Jesus Christ. Um, I'm not exactly sure if Courtney creates her own community though. She just belongs in Smosh. Is that good enough? I don't think so, but there might be more mystery that I can dig out. She doesn't have her token yet, and maybe it's gonna change my mind. Besides, fire people give me a hard time in life. Okay, just bear with me. We'll figure it out. Alright, so here's the pigs that I have. I'm not sure for Todd Howard what kind of game dev channel that I want, but it kind of wants me to go that direction. Anything that has ever related itself with Minecraft, I think would qualify. So it's good enough for me. Another weird pick is Superwoman, because I have never actually added her anywhere. And technically she kind of deserves quite a bit of credit, especially on YouTube. I want to see if she can actually challenge Courtney as just straight up comedian. So I think Superwoman would rather go to like a meme team, but like Poppy's so strong anyways. I don't think anyone can challenge these three girls, but like, why not? Why not try? AVGN is just very, very strong. He has so much content, and I would actually watch most of the content. I'm not exactly sure if I'm like confident about any of these battles. Even Lindsay Sterling, even though she's like super strong for the team, and just crushes everyone. Can you compete against Magic? Are you kidding me? You can't. Justine comes back, but again, you can't compete with the college humor community, like, at all. So, and I bring back Monica, like, it's so stupid, right? I bring back someone from my life, like, real fucking meme. I try to push it to the next level completely. Just a gift for PewDiePie, because Marcia doesn't seem that strong, so maybe, just maybe there is some hope. There's also WoW Hobbs from Hearthstone that does crazy things and constantly inspires me to play Hearthstone. So I have no idea. Maybe he's just gonna tip the edge of the scale and make me play Hearthstone. Just straight up. Maybe. There's one guy in the background which is shit. How can I forget? I have his Discord channel, which Solem, okay? Solem. He seems to be community active, sort of, and he could explode a new community completely out of nowhere, and I would have to just jump in and be a part of it simply to give him all the credit that he accumulated. I have no idea what's gonna happen here. Hearthstone thing is almost like still a new brewing thing that you still have to keep your eyes peeled, and I might even give them a second life, an ability to gain more points in every single round, and potentially, get extra points in general for the team. simply because there's always new content. There's an incredible flood of new content in Hearthstone. It never fucking stops, and you never know when it's gonna, get a grip on something potentially fun. You would think that by making her content more edited, more edited. Jesus Christ. Why is it so difficult sometimes? Okay, so her content is more edited and she's trying to present something to the audience. And you would think it's easy. But she's a comedian. So she always trips up by introducing something serious and trying to explain something. She trips a joke in there. Just shoves it in there. And then you're like, what the fuck does she mean? What do you want from me? Just tell me, what are you on about? Tell me a story. Fucking moral. Shove it in a moral of a story. That would be a good thing to shove in. And end. When the video is so misstructured like that, because again, I'm a comedian, I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's the whole fucking point, and that's why it sucks. But unless she is a master of this, she has a chance to prove herself. Okay, I'm very excited to have her on a list, just as oh, what you got there though? You want to compete? You want to play this game? You think you have hugged Beyonce? Well, fuck that shit, cause she's not on the list. Rock's also not on the list, okay? No big celebrities on the list. I'm talking YouTube here. And she's talking about goals. She better have a goal getting in here, because she's not a YouTuber on my parts of the brain that thinks about YouTubers. I have no idea. Parts of my kingdom. Thank you very much. I guess the cool part is that she's heavily motivated. And technically I can sort of understand her personality. It's almost like she's also earth and then fire. Like, heavily motivated people do that. Like, achieve their goals and shit. It's cool. Let's see if I can criticize her and kick her out of the competition, because I don't like competition right now. I don't like where you're aiming at, my friend. Yeah. Oh my god. The thing about most early successful people is that smarter people will take over, and they're gonna look like stupid people, okay? Well, you're gonna grow up watching these assholes because they're first and they're fast and they're fearless. Congrats. But did you really win? Because you have to adapt to the fact that you're gonna be overtaken almost without a doubt. Okay? Stupid people go first, then the smart people come into YouTube. What's gonna happen? Figure it out before it happens. Hatch a dragon. Hatch a dragon. Now I'm honestly thinking Superwoman is just popular because she's Indian. I'm just out. I'm gone at this point. Game over. I don't like her. I honestly don't like her. This is probably the coolest cameo I have ever seen, even though it's her show at this point. Ariana comes with the snow machine and nobody likes her. Nobody even asks what is that. It's but she's the coolest thing in the table right now. Congratulations. What the fuck? Also, I've learned what flooding is in the Matrix terms. Like if the hard turn is like grabbing the most powerful piece of technology as quickly as possible, the flooding is just taking everything and then sorting it out to what you like the best, and you just keep on doing that until you learn how to use the items, learn how to become stronger over and over and over again. It's just, that's what flooding is. There's another term of flooding, is like if you have a map, like a real map, where real things happen, and you have buildings, you can imagine that as like a power map. A taller building would be a higher tier, and you keep on sniping and flooding higher and higher tier until you flood everything and you're on top of the world. Eventually it's gonna happen, but you probably reset the process and invite more people into your life, because that's usually the weakness of snipers, that they don't actually have friends. Apparently it's kind of weird. They have a lot of pets but not friends. I mean, everyone has the same weakness, but it's like narcissists don't really have real friends, so to speak. Like, you have the same weakness repeat itself, so it's very interesting how the people kind of have to break themselves down to be able to fix that problem. It's a very mature problem, let's put it that way, that I don't have friends. Oh my god. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the coolest part is what I just introduced. I introduced it before it even happened, before I even really knew Ariana, and Ariana introduces herself in 5 minutes. It's just ridiculously fast. She has a magazine of cool stuff she can buy. What? What, are you serious? You literally gonna just confirm what I just said about flooding the Matrix? Because I literally figured it out 10 minutes ago or something of how it works. I'm like, what is flooding the Matrix? Oh, it's just taking stuff from Matrix, whatever exists. So yeah, she does that. I'm impressed. There is one problem though. Not only the penalty doesn't work, I don't think anything works at this point. Even if I cut her balance in half, she's still competing against Smosh Crew, heavily. Like she's still winning. She has 475 if I cut it in half. I don't understand. Please, someone explain me how she's not a YouTuber right now. Catch her and bring it to me. Please. Alright, I am putting it down right now. The penalty was too small. It was. Guaranteed. Because if she earns double the amount, she can actually spend double the amount. And has double the amount of passion anyways. So it doesn't change anything at all in that. That wasn't a nerf at all. Sad. But we can nerf it. We have to cut her total in half in the very end. She's still winning. She's still fucking winning. Yeah, and everyone else has to catch up. So, I kind of have to do it anyways. But I have to do it anyways because I did it before. And not because she's winning with a penalty, which was way too small and insignificant to begin with. So, let's do that. Let's see if anyone can actually defeat her and, surprise me like Dr. Phil did. Great. See you guys on the next episode, because this one is ending just like that. I'll let Poppy catch up and see what's that all about. I'm a little bit confused. Maybe she can do it, because her channel is super weird. I don't think it's gonna be like this community vibe where this lonely girl is gonna turn into a community, but there is something. So I might want to find it just the last second of the episode, just to leave a cliffhanger. That's a nice thing to do. I swear, this is the second episode, and Ari gets another fucking cake. She's the only one who's not trapped inside the RV. Everyone is like complaining. She's gonna be back in a few minutes. I am trapped in RV. Oh my god, what the fuck? And she doesn't give a fuck. That's the coolest part. Alright, I don't have anything. I think she managed to like $20 up to not look so down. I know she kills emotions, like hardcore killer of emotions, and at some point her career turns pitch dark. I don't like it at all. I hope it's gonna turn around to some kind of order or like self-destruction button where she just changes completely, because she has to do the same fucking thing as Belle Delphine. It's like she got destroyed, completely consumed, and doesn't exist anymore on the internet. I don't think the other two team members are having the same problems for some reason. Maybe my ingenuity is gonna find the same, but yeah, is being psychotic, which is one kid actually says the right thing. Poppy is psychotic. And what does it mean to be psycho? Is like hardcore killing emotions for whatever the fuck reason. If you don't provide a good reason to kill emotions, you are being psychotic, because it's insane, right? Emotions are pretty important, and recovering emotions is not exactly easy. Even if you put up an act, right? There can be something within you that starts to shy away from emotions in general. That is not healthy at all. Like, having emotions is a part of wholesome diet of life. You have to have a very good reason why you don't have emotions. Okay. And that's the end of that. You have to have good reasons. Does Poppy cover anything good? Because, yeah, sure, I am watching film theory, and she's a part of Illuminati, exposing the creation of singers and control of singers and all that shit, which is great. I really don't care, because you chose to go that direction anyways, and you have the power to resist. While at the same time, what I care about is that there are not enough opportunities for work. That's the real problem. And work is not very well defined. Definition is not very well defined. So we're just kind of floating in water. Just waiting at this point. Because it's getting pretty cold and freezing. And psychotic. Definitely. Because that's part of time. She's in the right time, Poppy. Like, it's perfect for her. So why is she not, like, doing anything better? Or is she actually, like, super smart? The mystery is still yet unsolved for me, technically. I'm not satisfied. She's in a perfect position. The Jokers are wind Jokers, specifically, is what I'm looking for. I wouldn't see ice, even though it really screams ice and cold, and like, it's not like she's super cold. But the coloring is very cold, of her videos like crazy. Ugh. It's annoying. It's annoying how it's like, but it's supposed to be a wind element, not cold element. Ugh. You can look at it as like super clean instead, and super in order. That's a better way to look at it, and not necessarily that the colors are cold, because it would be just like icy blue if it was cold. Okay, it's not like she's sitting right now like it's cold, but she wears a very like orderly pattern, weird stuff. Nothing actually represents cold, but it's weird. Also, in this video specifically, she repeats everything she said before. It's almost like she creates a resonance that's very easy to repeat. That, to me, is like a hook. For me, it's like a hook. Is as if you, with the voice itself, you can actually create a structure. You don't not only just repeat it, but you have a structure in your head that you can repeat to yourself at any moment. In fact, that itself is like a token activation for me right there. I know it's also related, the voice. So for her to be a singer, and it's very powerful. I think just like Taylor Swift kind of proves, and for me, Rebecca Black also proves, these wind fucking singers are somewhat magical. Okay, they're more than powerful. Damn it, I don't think there is a emoji that I want right now. I also need to like know, what about the trust? Can you trust a person who kills its own emotions? Technically, yes, right? Because emotions create unstable behavior. That's what's up, right? Like, because a person who's like killed emotions will always question things and sort of be skeptical, and will move very, very slowly towards just taking any action that's out of ordinary. So that's very cool. You can trust a person like that to some degree. Trust is a very weird thing, obviously, because trust is kind of like responsibilities as well. But in terms of like, is this person gonna stab you in the back? You're probably gonna see it coming at this point. With that said, that's 3 hours and I have to sign out. Ariana just reached 1,000. She has no way of stopping, and can't be stopped anymore, I don't think. Victorious is a wonderful series that I can always watch and give her credit. But eventually, the level's gonna rise. I guess it is the flood again. Jesus Christ. What have you done, Ariana? What the fuck have you done? The level's gonna rise and people will not be able to swim. I'm out. I'm out, guys.